everyone, my name is Marie. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So for today's video, I'm doing another apartment renovation here in San Myshuno, and I'm renovating 18 Culpeper House. So the Culpeper apartments are actually my favorite apartments in San Myshuno, or like in all of the Sims 4 actually. I prefer these ones over the apartments in Evergreen Harbor as well. I just think that the Culpeper apartments are so cute. They're so like wholesome and just perfect for families, and I don't know, I just really love the vibe of this apartment building. And I also really like the Spice District. It feels very family friendly and I just really enjoy it. I feel like it's so cozy and cute. So yeah, I'm back in the Culpeper apartments for this renovation. And I'm building this, or I'm renovating this apartment for a family of 4 Sims. And I was thinking, because I was really in the mood to renovate an apartment. This was last week at this point. I think I actually furnished this apartment like last weekend. And so yeah, I was really in the mood to sit down and renovate an apartment, but I couldn't come up with a fun storyline. So I went over to Instagram to my stories and I asked you guys if you had any ideas who I should like furnish an apartment for, like if you had any family dynamics or what have you, just something in mind that I could use for an apartment renovation. And I got so many cute ideas. Some people said grandparents, others said a family with teenagers, and just a whole bunch of different recommendations, and it was very inspiring, so thank you for that. So I just actually combined a couple together and came up with my own storyline. So I furnished this apartment for 2 grandparents and their 2 grandkids who are teenagers, and they're twins. They're twin girls, I was thinking. And yeah, so those teenagers, they are living with their grandparents in this apartment. And in my mind, the grandparents aren't like super old yet. They could retire if they wanted to, but at least one of them hasn't retired yet. I didn't really have a full storyline for like their previous, like their careers and stuff like that for the grandparents. But I was thinking that one of them is a professor in university, like they study or they teach like history subjects is what I was thinking. So they are a history professor and they're actually still working. So they still like give classes and whatnot. I feel like maybe they have written a couple of books in their days. I thought that would be cute and fitting for these grandparents. And then the other grandparent, I'm not sure what they were doing for a living. Maybe the other grandparent is already retired, maybe not, but at the same time, I still feel like these grandparents are pretty active. Like they like going outside. They like going on bike rides or on walks or do fun stuff with their teenage grandkids. So yeah, they're very like young, spirited grandparents, if you will, like, and one of them is even still working. So I feel like also they're just not that old, like age-wise. So yeah, these teenagers, I was thinking they are twins, they are girls, they are very close, they're best friends. And also I feel like they have been through a lot together because they are living with their grandparents for a reason. It's not because they have a bad relationship with their parents. I feel like they have a really good relationship with their parents. But I was thinking that their parents have jobs where they need to basically travel the world. Like they need to move from country to country. Like their job just requires them to move around a lot, around the world, literally. And that for the girls, when they were kids, that was still fun. Like obviously when they were still younger, they were still living with their parents and they were moving like from country to country, year after year, going to different schools, making different friends, learning different languages even. Which has all been fun, but now that they are like, I was thinking at this point they are 15 years old. So I was thinking that once it was time for them to actually start high school, when they became freshmen, the kids really didn't want to move anymore. They wanted to go to just one high school, make friends, stop moving around. Because for kids their age, that is just very stressful to just keep making new friends and not really having a solid base where you can, I don't know, have your high school experience or grow up or make friends. So that's when their grandparents came in, and that's when their grandparents actually offered the parents that they could take in the grandkids so that they can live in the city here and just go to school for for just their whole like high school career, if that's how you can say it. So yeah, the parents actually agreed to that. And now the grandkids are living with their grandparents. So obviously their grandparents' apartment wasn't like ideal for that because it only has 2 bedrooms. So the girls do have to share a fairly small bedroom. Like it's not that small. There is enough space for them. But like they don't have their own bedrooms, like they don't have their own space. They definitely need to share a space. But because they are so close and because they get along so well, that is really not a big deal. And I feel like their bond is also very strong because, like I just explained, like they are used to moving around the world and having only each other basically. So they're really just used to that, and they're very close. So they don't have a problem sharing a bedroom at all. So yeah, they really, really, really wanted to move in with their grandparents. They really wanted to take that chance and just move in here and go to school in the city, make friends, and have a fun high school experience, if you will. So yeah, that's kind of the living situation for these kids. And then for their parents, I'm not sure what their exact job would be. Like, I'm not very familiar with jobs that would require you to move around the world, basically. But I feel like both the parents are in that same sort of profession. They work probably for like the same company or what have you. And so they're always in like sort of the same position. And so they both need to move and they can stay together because of that. But yeah, so it just requires them to move around the world, basically. And the kids were... well, they weren't sick of it because I feel like it has made their lives very special and a lot richer, and just they have all these experiences. They probably are fluent in a couple of languages too, which is also very cool. So it definitely made their lives richer, and they are very thankful for that experience. But now that they are like 15 years old, they're kind of over that. And yeah, ever since they started high school, they just needed a more solid base. So that's when this happened. And yeah, you can really see the grandparents' apartment come together. I really like this floor plan I came up with. I mean, it's nothing special. I'm sure it has been done before. But I really like this floor plan. Like when you walk through the front door, you enter right into the kitchen, if you will. It's a very spacious kitchen where I feel like they spend a lot of time anyway, like whenever they have like family dinner, of course, but also it's just a nice spot to hang out. It's where the dining table is. And it's just a nice like living area / kitchen sort of thing. And then I connected the living room to the kitchen with this glass, beautiful, beautiful sliding door from, what's it called? The industrial loft kit. Is that what it's called? I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I love that sliding door. As you can see, it's open by default. We do not have a closed off version, which is a little bit of a shame because that means that it's a little bit difficult to use it for exteriors. But for interiors, it's actually perfect. I love that it's open because that just really connects the different rooms together a little bit more, I don't know, just a little bit nicer in my opinion. I really love that it's open. It makes it feel a little bit more cozy. And I just really like that. So yeah, from the get-go, I knew that I wanted to use that sliding door, and I kind of based the rest of the apartment around that door, or at least the living area and the kitchen. I kind of based those around that sliding door because I just thought it was so perfect for this apartment in this style, this vibe that I'm going for. I just thought it was really cute. So you can see that even though it is a grandparent's apartment, it's not like, it still feels a little bit on the modern side. It's not like modern in the sense that it's like contemporary or anything, but it's not outdated either. In the kitchen, I use the counters and cabinets from Parenthood, which feel pretty updated to me. Like the style, the vibe is more rustic, but they still feel very updated. So that's the kitchen that they have. And the living room is also very cozy, and I don't know, it doesn't feel too outdated to me. And then their bedroom, I feel like is a little bit more outdated. I used some cats and dogs furniture in here, and then I combined it with a bed from University. And that one definitely feels a bit more on the traditional side, like a little bit more older, if you will. I also placed a vanity in here. I barely ever use the vanities for some reason. I don't know why. I just don't gravitate towards using them because I feel like I kind of forget that they exist for some reason because I never use them. So they're not like in my mind that easily, if that makes sense. I don't know. I'm having a little bit of a struggle talking and explaining today. My brain is a little bit slow because I'm feeling pretty tired. So that's why my brain is a little bit slow, and that's why my sentences may be a little bit wonky. I'm not really good at wording things today, phrasing things, but it's fine. I hope it's fine at least. But yeah, I was thinking, because I was using some artwork from cats and dogs in this bedroom, so more like some more classical pieces, if you will, I was thinking that maybe the grandparents or maybe this family is originally from Brindleton Bay, or maybe one of the grandparents is originally from Brindleton Bay. That's where their roots are at. I thought that would be a fun idea. I mean, you can't really tell. I didn't really reflect that throughout the whole apartment or anything, but I do have a couple of knickknacks here and there that kind of reflect Brindleton Bay in that sense. So I was thinking that it was a cute idea that maybe one of the grandparents was originally from Brindleton Bay, but then they moved to the city like years ago at this point, like a very long time ago, because of the professor's job is what I was thinking. Obviously, in The Sims, the universities are not in the city. They're not in San Myshuno. But in my mind, this big city, San Myshuno, probably has like a big university too. So that's what I was thinking they would work at. And that's why they needed to move to the city. So that's years ago at this point, and they love it here. They love this city. They feel very at home here. But I still thought it was cute to try and reflect a little bit of Brindleton Bay, because one of the grandparents was originally from there. I thought that was cute. But yeah, this apartment only has one bedroom one bathroom, because originally it was only a 1-bedroom apartment. The room that the twins are sharing is connected to the living area, and that used to be the study, is what I was thinking, like the office. I was definitely thinking that one of the grandparent who is a professor, they used to have their own office in here, like in the room that the teens are sharing right now. But obviously the grandparent needed to sacrifice that office, which they did. Which was not a problem at all, because they love having their grandkids living with them. I feel like the grandparents are so happy to take in their grandkids, and they just love it so much. They love getting to see them grow up and spending so much time with them. I just thought that was very cute. But yeah, so the professor really needed to sacrifice their office to turn it into the twins' bedroom, and obviously they did that. So this is not an office anymore, but that is why there is a little desk in the living area with a computer, which I thought was for the professor. Like, they don't always work from home, obviously, but sometimes they do, like when they need to grade stuff or what have you, or prepare for their classes, like that sort of thing they can do from home. So I wanted to make sure that there was a little office where they could do that. And then this is the bedroom for the twins. I really used the bunk beds in here. They really came in handy. I actually used a couple pieces from Dream Home Decorator throughout this apartment, which makes it feel a little bit more on the updated side, which is something I really, really liked, to kind of reflect the grandparents' personalities and just to kind of reflect this whole family dynamic, if you will. But yeah, the twins have a shared desk as well. And I was thinking that one of the twins was very much into video games and sports, and the other one is more on the creative side of things. So I placed a little knitting basket in here, and then also a keyboard, a piano next to the wardrobe. So we have one of the twins who is a little bit more on the creative side. They really like to play music, sing songs, maybe just write songs as well. And they also really love to knit and be crafty. And then the other team really loves video games. I gave them a gaming PC. As you can see, those are very expensive in a game. So that makes it so that this apartment turned out very expensive. But I was thinking that maybe they got that for their birthday, when the other kid got like the electric expensive piano. Like maybe they got those presents for their birthday one time, or they just saved up for it and paid for it themselves. Like that's also a possibility. I don't really know. But yeah, I just really wanted to give one of the teens a gaming PC because they're very much into gaming and also into sports. I placed some sports equipment, some clutter on the floor, so I tried to really kind of reflect it that way. And then for the rest, they just have some posters around. I really love how colorful this bedroom turned out. I placed some sports posters and then also some music related posters to kind of reflect their different personalities. Oh, and actually, I was also thinking that this family would have a cat. I totally skipped that part, but I placed stuff for a cat in here as well. I forgot a litter box at first, but then I placed one in the end. I'm not sure if I recorded that, but I placed a litter box by the front door. I will show you in a few seconds here when the speed build is over and when we jump into the game. Yeah, I was thinking that the grandparents also have a cat, like they have a cute little family cat. Oh, I actually did record me placing the litter box. It was a little bit fiddly because it was very small, but it eventually worked out. But yeah, let's just jump right into the game and I'll show you the apartment in real time. So here we have the apartment in the game. I really like this floor plan. So when you walk through the front door, you enter right into the kitchen/living area. It's a very spacious kitchen. I cluttered it up quite a bit because I really wanted it to feel very lived in. I also really liked adding this little shelving unit to the kitchen with some extra kitchen stuff in it. I just thought that that was very cute. We have the bowl for the cat over here, and then I placed the litter box over here. It's very squeezed and cramped, but it works, so that's nice. And then we have the dining table over here in this little corner. And then off of the kitchen, as you can see, we have this tiny little hallway that leads you into the bathroom. This one is nothing special. I did include laundry, as you can see, for this apartment, so we do have a couple of laundry machines. And then over on this side, we have the grandparents' bedroom. So this one definitely feels a little bit more on the traditional side of things. I really love it though. They have a little vanity. They have some artwork right here that they still maybe need to hang up, or maybe they are about to sell these ones and hang up something new. I don't really know. But they have their bed over here with a couple of more classic looking paintings on the wall. And then I also gave them a hamper, which is nice. But then over here, through this beautiful sliding glass door from the industrial loft kit, we enter into the living area. And I love how cozy this space is. I don't know why, but I just really like how this living area turned out. So we have a couple of couches. I mixed and matched couches from different packs, and I feel like they just look so good together, especially with this like pinky chair from the cottage living pack. I really love this little splash of pastel in here. I used these cutesy little curtains from Paranormal, and they really fit the vibe of this whole place. So over here next to the sliding door, we have a little bookcase, and then we have a tiny little office space over here in this corner, which I think turned out very cute. And then obviously we also have the cat tree because, like I said, this family does have a cat. And then over here through this door, what used to be the office is now the shared bedroom for the twins. So this one is quite cluttered and full of stuff. We have bunk beds in here. We have this bookcase that's full of clutter and just full of stuff. We have their shared desk over here with a computer and just some school supplies. And then a little creative corner for the teen who is into playing music and writing music, which I thought was cute. And then they also each have their own hampers, which is nice. But that's actually already it for this apartment. So this grandparents and two teens apartment is up on the gallery. If you want to place it in your game, it goes into 18 Culpepper House, and do make sure to actually activate bb.move objects before you place it. And then I think you should be fine. There are, of course, as always with apartments, some walls missing that you would need to place back, but that's not really an issue, I don't think. The apartment comes in at just over 71,000 simoleons, so it's not cheap, but it's not that expensive either. I did use a couple of very expensive computers and stuff, so if you want to make it a bit cheaper, then you can just go through and delete a computer or maybe both of them. I don't really know, but yeah, it's definitely not a starter apartment. But that's actually it for this video, so I really hope that you enjoyed this build. You can obviously go ahead and download it off the gallery like I just showed you. My username on the gallery is Simmarysims. You can also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram if you'd like. My username on there is Simmarysims as well. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, feel free to do so, and if you want to be notified of every single time I upload a video, just click that little bell icon and you should be fine. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!